Hello YouTube, this is Sniper's End, and this is the closest 1v1 I've had by far. Now, the story begins as this guy joins my free-for-all game, he gets his ass whipped, and then he starts putting all sorts of bullshit in his clan tag. And then after the next game, or maybe it was after another 2 games, I'm not entirely sure, he finally started messaging me directly saying that I was camping, which, as you guys know, lately I have been doing a little bit of camping in free-for-all, but, yeah, oh well. And I said that if he thinks he's so tough, he needs to 1v1 me. And then we 1v1'd, and this guy tries to get me to quickscope. I don't know what the fuck is in everyone's heads that makes them think 1v1 means quickscope, but, either way, I left the game, he invited me back, and we actually started to really have a true 1v1. And as you can see though, it's radar always on. That's another thing. It seems like ever since Call of Duty 4, everyone who is really good always seems to think that using radar always on is the best way to have a 1v1. And I think that's stupid. Having a 1v1 with radar always on means that there's not going to be any challenge in it. You always know where the other person on, so it's basically down to pure reflexes. And even though I kinda like that, at the same time, it's kinda stupid to just break the whole game down just all the way down to reflexes and, you know, your aim. I think that a 1v1 is a lot more enjoyable when you actually, you know, have to look for each other. You have to use your skills of, you know, you actually have to look around corners and shit like that. Now right now, he's kind of whooping my ass actually, but well, I definitely end up turning the game around, to say the least. At the beginning here, I was actually starting to use my heartbeat sensor before I realized that he had radar always on. You know, after this game though, he said that the only reason I won, and yeah, I just realized that I basically spoiled that, but then again, I did say that it was the closest 1v1 I've ever had. Anyway, he said that the only reason I won was because he's level 11, and he had no guns. And that's bullshit because everyone who plays this fucking game anymore uses the UMP, so he already has everything he's gonna fucking use. And as you can see, I'm getting spawn killed a lot for some reason. I don't know why, but in free-for-all Rust, it seems like you always seem to spawn in front of people. Now, as I've said before, not many people want to 1v1 me. They'll talk a bunch of shit, but when I ask them to 1v1, they won't do it. But that's been changing lately. Yesterday, I 1v1 someone, and I absolutely kicked their fucking ass. I think I went 30-2 against that guy. And then, what was I gonna say? And then, of course, there was this guy. But, yeah, you saw that I got a counter UAV, and counter UAVs are actually incredibly useful in radar always on, because then this guy knows I know where he is, but he doesn't know where I am. And that's incredibly useful. This guy got a sentry gun in his care package, and really, I'm just avoiding it right now. And as you can see, I have caught up, and I got another counter UAV, so that's really going to help me out a little. I think that if this guy used counter UAV instead of care package, he actually might have won. But then again, if I use something besides UAV as my 3rd kill streak, I might have gotten something too. Now, I don't really have much else to say. You can notice that I'm using the holographic sight. A lot of people say that the TAR suppressor is better, but I think that the suppressor is... it just makes the damage too low, especially at long distance. At long distance, it honestly seems like it takes about 5 shots to put someone down, and I can't stand it. So, and besides, I'm used to the recoil on this TAR. What's funny about this 1v1 is that we keep getting little streaks. We'll get, one of us will get 3 kills, then the other will get 3 kills, and so on and so on. And right here, I'm actually trying out this new spot that I just thought of to use. This is something that I was surprised wasn't happening more. Trying to throw stuns at each other and flash grenades. It seems like every time. It seems like whenever I have a radar always on 1v1, that's usually the tactic used. You'll just throw stuns and flashes at each other and then charge the enemy. But actually, that really wasn't what happened this time. I started trying doing it a little, but honestly, he wasn't doing it either, and it was hurting me more than it was helping me. So I decided I should probably not do that. Not really going to have much else to say until the end of the video. Although right here, that's exactly what happened. He stunned me twice and then he charged me. Mostly because I was doing a little bit of camping. I don't know what the fuck he was doing there. He was looking up at the ladder for some damn reason. He should have realized that I was going to try and, you know, kill him, so he was being a little stupid there. Right around now is when this starts to really get epic. And I'm not even joking here. At this point, I was just absolutely biting my nails. I was so freaking paranoid that he was actually going to win somehow. And actually, he almost does. Just watch these this last minute or so. It's a freaking nail biter, I swear. Come to think of it, I should have jumped up on those barrels and gotten up there. Then probably went across the pipes to go kill him. I fucking hate that spot. And now, he actually almost beats me. But thanks to Painkiller,